believe that she is the victim of foul play. We believe that she's being held against her will. We believe that she, hopefully by God's grace, is still alive. But we want whoever's holding her to know that we will not rest. We will not stop looking. We will continue looking for her, and we will continue hunting you. No matter what takes place, we will continue hunting you, and we will not forget Felicia.
The Houston Police Department needs your help finding a 24-year-old woman who was last seen Friday, April 15th in Northwest Houston. The woman is identified as Felicia Marie Johnson. She was last seen on West Little Rock Road traveling in an unknown direction.
Whoever has her, please release her. If you have her, let her go.
Felicia Johnson is 24 years old and lives in Houston, Texas. Her family describes her as a very sweet person, kind-hearted, the type of person who will give you the shirt off her back. Felicia is an aspiring model who loves to do hair and makeup.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel a chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, it can't be replaced.
She wanted to be a dancer, model, anything that has to do with glamour. That was basically who she was and or who she is.
Felicia just celebrated her 24th birthday earlier this month and was ready to make new strides in life. According to reports, on April 15th, Felicia attempted to apply for a job at CoverGirl's nightclub but allegedly was turned away. That was the last day anyone seen or heard from Felicia Johnson.
A California woman disappeared here in Houston.
24-year-old Felicia Johnson was last seen at a local nightclub on Friday. Her bloody cell phone recovered later at a park in West Houston.
According to reports, she stopped into CoverGirl's nightclub for an audition, but allegedly was turned away. An unidentified customer offered a ride to Felicia, whose Uber was late on arriving.
She stayed for a minute, for a little while. She called the Uber. Uber was taking too long to really get here. So a gentleman here at the club offered to give her a ride to where she needed to go. Felicia has not been seen since. No cell phone activity, no credit card activity, no social media activity. She has absolutely just vanished off the face of the earth.
Felicia's father, Kevin, flew to Houston from California to help search for his daughter. According to reports, the family also hired a private investigator that found a blood-covered phone near Bear Park.
The family was able to get the last ping of the location of where she was with the cell phone. That cell phone was found discarded on the side of the road at Bear Creek Park. On the side of the road right there at Bear Creek Park, and the phone was covered in blood. Texas EquuSearch did get on board as of this morning. They are currently at Bear Creek Park right now searching where the cell phone was found for any possible leads or evidence to where Felicia may be.
But didn't find anything. And today, police are working to get surveillance video for CoverGirl's nightclub.
And I have to be honest, the club has not been cooperative. They just started being cooperative when they heard that I was going to hold a press conference. They would not cooperate with us or the family until we threatened to go public. What they also don't know is when we send in the investigator, who's Hispanic, who looks white, they were speaking and he was recording the conversation. And we have them on tape in this club, the management, saying that we were not going to give her a job anyway. We don't hire black girls. We don't let black girls work here. So she already walked into a place that didn't care nothing for her and did not even want her presence to be here. And so I will see why, based on what I heard on that tape, out of their own mouths, that they don't give a damn what happened to that sister. But we do. And this very young woman right here was trafficked out of that same nightclub, the same place. And so she knows the history of these owners and how they treat young women. But this is a problem. We need to find this young woman.
I was trafficked through these chains of nightclubs from the owners of these nightclubs for over a decade, where I was sexually exploited, extorted to be rehired, whenever I was fired because I was discriminated on and put in dangerous positions time after time, day after day, week after week, and not paid for the hours that I was in those clubs as an employer. There's a lot of horrible things that happen in the chain of the Cover Girls organization, AHD Houston Incorporated.
Houston police and Texas search teams are planning to try again in the park this weekend. The family is working with Houston police, community activist Quinell X, and a private investigator at this time. Her father sent a message to anyone that may be involved in Felicia's disappearance.
Just come forward, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be caught up in this net when the authorities do catch these people.
As for the identity of the person who gave Felicia a ride from the club, they don't have a clue right now who that person is. They are hoping that the surveillance video covered from the club will help identify the person who Felicia left the club with last Friday. 24-year-old Felicia Marie Johnson was last seen leaving in West Little Road in Houston, Texas on April 15, 2022. Felicia has long black hair, it might be curly or straight, brown eyes, and a dark complexion. She has a large tattoo of a butterfly and 2 roses on her right shoulder. It is unknown what clothing Felicia was wearing at the time of her disappearance. If you have seen Felicia Johnson since her reported disappearance, if you know her current whereabouts, or if you have any information whatsoever concerning Felicia's disappearance, please call the Houston Police Department at 832-394-1840. Not knowing where your loved one is can be completely devastating. I will continue to keep her friends and family in my thoughts and prayers. Be careful. Make sure you always share your location. Make sure you talk to someone verbally, FaceTime someone, let someone see where you are, and always have some form of protection. You guys, let me know your thoughts and your opinions down below. Let's please respect the victim and the family in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you guys. And with that being said, don't forget to check on your loved ones.
We believe this young woman is the victim of foul play. She's been kidnapped and that she's being held against her will. And law enforcement needs to do a better job of taking this case a lot more serious than they have. Once we found that cell phone covered in blood, law enforcement still took their time getting involved with the family. And then we were able to speak with law enforcement, myself in particular. Then they began to make some moves and get busy. But still, we believe had they responded quicker, more could have been done by just coming to this nightclub and getting the surveillance footage of who she got into the car with, getting surveillance footage of who the gentleman was inside the club. We understand that there's cameras on the inside also as well as the outside. And so they have footage of who this gentleman was and what car he was driving. But we want Felicia to know the community is looking for you. We're turning over every stone. We'll leave no door locked or unopened until we find where you are. Whoever has her, please release her. If you have her, let her go. It's not worth your life for spending the rest of your life behind bars doing something stupid to this young woman. But we do not believe she left of her own free will. We believe she's the victim of foul play.
Felicia, we miss you. All the families, you're in all of our prayers. I'm trying to hold myself together and stay strong for the family and for you. And I won't rest for a day in my life until I have you back. It's a tragedy that you've been caught up in this net of whatever they got going on out here. But we working very, very hard to get you back. And I love you. Everybody in the family love you. And I just wanted to let you know, just stay strong and we're coming for you.